Awesome, great, glorious day it is. This is the day the Lord has made, and indeed we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another exciting episode of the Umubanga podcast, where we aim to inform, transform, as well as inspire. In the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, a small group of Christian friends found solace in each other's company, gathering in their homes for worship, fellowship, and emotional support. What began as an intimate circle of friends seeking comfort in their faith soon evolved into something much larger, a movement that would eventually become the Jesus Community. Founded around 2020, the Jesus Community emerged at a time of great loss, uncertainty. Having experienced the pain of losing loved ones, the group initially met not only to pray, but also to find joy and a sense of normalcy in difficult times. These gatherings, which served as both spiritual purposes. As their meetings continued, a new calling emerged, one that encouraged them to turn their prayers into music, believing the healing power of worship. They began composing songs that reflected their struggles, faith, and hopes for renewal. It was through this creative process that the Jesus community truly took shape, uniting worshipers, musicians, and believers under a common goal to encounter God through music. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together even as we welcome the Jesus Community.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I know I'm joined here by Patson on this is my one, far right. Yeah, as well as Sharon in the middle, and last but not least, Emmanuel. Welcome.
Thank you.
So I just need you to speak into the mics even as you are talking. So yeah, look, welcome. So I remember I saw a short clip on Ephraim's page, and then it had like terrible sound. So I was like, this looks great, but it doesn't sound properly. But then what I did was one of the guys got in touch. I'm like, oh, hey, there's this group called Jesus Community. I'm like, hey, I saw them. Is it that group with that song with terrible sound? This was my first take. Don't worry.
How bad was the sound?
Yeah, it wasn't clear because I was listening in with headsets. It wasn't clear.
Okay.
I was like, hey, who are these guys? So I was like, so it's like, no, you're the first person to say this. I was like, okay, wait a minute. Okay, so I went to Apple Music and had an opportunity to listen to it now in its beautiful state, okay, well put together, well arranged. So yeah, my perception changed.
I think that's a consolation. I think that's a consolation. I was getting worried.
So beautiful song, Ikeni, which you have, which we will talk about later as we go on in this conversation. But look, first things first, for people who have an encounter to just listen to your music, the song which you guys released, but really, who are the Jesus Community?
All right. Okay, EMJ will go first then.
All right. So the Jesus Community, this comprises of an interdenomination of different kinds of believers that come together and just worship God in truth and just allow that freedom and express themselves. Yep. So I think in your intro, you mentioned of us being birthed in the times of COVID. Yeah, I think that time was quite hard for everybody. And we're all pushed to the basics, just going back to where we can just try to ask ourselves to say, as much as we are in the lockdown, what should we do? Does this mean that worship in churches is closed? But later on, we do realize that worship is not actually a building. It's birthed in your heart, and how Christ reveals himself to you. So we met, and different people came on board. Everybody has a different experience and how they've experienced Christ, and whatsoever personal story that they have is what made the Jesus community today. Yeah.
So coming in, like, how did it start? Like, how many people started? Because I'm thinking through. So it was just a gathering during COVID, just gathering of singers. Like, okay, guys, let's come together. Like, boom. Like, what? Yeah. Like, yes.
Okay, probably just to add more flesh to what Emmanuel just said. I remember a time, obviously during COVID, there was a lot of restrictions and limitations. We were not allowed to gather in a place of worship or a church where we can be able to worship, where we can be able to sing songs and whatnot. And I think Jesus community comprising of singers and music lovers. I think for us, we searched for a platform where we can come together in the midst of COVID, in the midst of all those restrictions. We needed something that could allow us to express ourselves, obviously through music. And I remember that time, I think one of our founder members reached out to some of us and called us to our home, and we sat there. And I remember we just had a keyboard, and we would just sing spontaneous songs. So it was as spontaneous as it could be. Yeah.
And just to chip in as well, everybody who's part of the community has got this driving story. We all come from a broken place, and it was that idea of wanting to share and wanting to help each other. Oh, what are you going through? Oh, this is the whole idea. And in the midst of that, we happen to have this desire to just worship and love God. So a place that looked to be a home, I would say, where we would just share our stories and personal experiences, became a place where instead of us doing it amongst ourselves, then we take every energy to God. And that's why worship was birthed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So speaking to it, so were all the members like coming from one church, one environment? Like, walk us through like how,
Okay, I think we get that a lot, and I think I was expecting that question,
Well,
obviously.
I think the last time I think we saw each other was when I saw you in the Jesus community. I'm like, oh, it's all redemption.
Yes, I know this guy. He's UCZ and whatnot.
Yeah.
All right, the cat is out of the bag. Yeah. So I think, obviously, for Jesus community comprises, it's interdenominational.
Okay.
We have UCZ guys in the Jesus community. We have guys from the Pentecostal circles and whatnot. In a nutshell, it's for everybody. It's a community, because I think one of the comments that we've been receiving, and one of the sentiments we've been receiving, I think just after our first release, the Ikeni song, is that, you guys, which church are you from? Which Pentecostal church are you from? Personally, for myself, someone would ask me, which Pentecostal church are you from? It's like, I'm UCZ. How come you're from UCZ and whatnot? So Jesus community comprises of members from different churches, different denominations, and we just come together. We just want to love God. We just want to worship God.
Awesome. So in terms of projects now, I don't know. So was Ikeni like the first official release, or?
Yes, I should mention this actually. I think AMJ almost touched on it. When we started the Jesus community, we actually did a lot of covers. I'm sure you remember. We actually did a lot of covers. And I think for us, writing songs and doing our own songs, like our own original songs, wasn't really in view at that time. And I think, obviously, with time, we started getting inspiration to write our own songs. And Ikeni was one of the first songs that was composed. Okay, and actually the first song to be released and to be out there, and which has actually taken taken the nation
I
at
actually
large.
saw in the writing, it says that Ephraim, son of Africa, so did help in the writing for Ikeni.
Yes, yes. So when the idea for Ikeni came through, it was presented to Ephraim. Obviously, being one of the people that we have looked up to for inspiration, you know, being one of the biggest gospel music ministers we have in the nation. And we are privileged at least to have access to him. We're able to present to say, see, Ephraim, we have this song. What do you think? And I think he chipped in on the verse. It's the verse which I did. Okay. So for those that think I wrote that verse, it's Ephraim that wrote that verse. So Ephraim chipped in, obviously brought in ideas on what we could work on the song, and gave us that beautiful verse.
Awesome. Sharon, coming to you, you being a part of the team, like walk us through like the journey or the process of being in the writing room and just writing songs and just being able to pray, sing, hear songs, and yeah.
Okay, so basically the journey all begins when you're in one place.
Yeah.
You're praying. Obviously, you have to be sensitive to what the Holy Spirit is saying. So you pay closer attention to what the Lord is saying, and you also follow the leadings that the Lord gives as you are praying. Because obviously, you can't just sing a song anyhow if you want it to touch people's lives.
Yep.
So basically, the journey has been walking through the Word of God, listening and paying attention to what the Holy Spirit is saying at that particular time.
Awesome. So I don't know, enlighten me, how long has the Jesus community been? So from, we would say what, from 2020, 2019?
2020.
So from 2020, how has been the journey of being this unit? The reasons I'm asking this is that, yes, we've had a lot of groups come up, but then the longevity of them, like sticking around, isn't much. Look, superstars. and that tends to happen. But walk us through the journey of just being united in this front, because this, so if we say from 2020, this is like the 5th year, really. Yeah.
Okay, obviously EMJ will chip in at some point.
Yeah.
You know, the Jesus community, I think from inception, our desire has been to bring a unique sound. And I think a number of people that have heard Ikeni, they'll be like, wait, this sound, like, you know, who are these guys? Where are they coming from? And I think for us, just driving that unique sound, bringing that unique sound to the table has been our biggest motivation. And I think we identified a gap. As a community, we identified a gap. Obviously, we're in an era where we have big names in the gospel music industry, big names that are blessing us so much. We have big names like the likes of Pastor Washi, Pastor Gift, great ministers of God who are bringing so much impact where music is concerned. And we realize to say, I mean, the Jesus community is that relevant that it's not just one man, but this is a community. It's not just one artist, but this is a collective. This is a collective thing where different people are coming from different places and they come together. And you asked about, you know, are we going to? It's going to be a one. What do they say? One hit wonder.
Yeah,
is it all right?
Like,
you come on the scene, you make a bit of noise, and before you know it, you can't gone. All right. I want to believe what we have come with is not just young people who are ambitious to be famous, but we believe that we are carrying a mandate from God. We believe that we are carrying an assignment from God. And I want to believe that we are 10 of us, okay? The Jesus community comprises of 10 people. Our vision is that even if God was to move certain people away, amongst the 10 people, even if some people were to move away, probably their season in the Jesus community is done. Our vision is that the Jesus community will continue and the Lord will bring in more people. It's a community.
Perfect. Yeah. And just to add on what Patson is saying, I also believe in what makes a group stand fame is the foundation. and looking at what the community was birthed on. I remember we mentioned of everybody coming from a broken story, and that story has built them to a point where they just look at God and say, we cannot rely on anything else but God. So we are not only believing in God before the community, but even during the community, and as He plans for us, we are willing to go further. Yeah, so it's not about the profits and whatever is going on the market. We just have this deepest desire to just give Jesus to the community and just tell many to say, look, as much as there are other people out there, we also believe there are people who are having that broken story and they don't want to share it. But this music is talking about freedom. It's giving a platform for those people who are locked up there to just listen to it, and we pray that they are going to have that freedom and express themselves. Yeah.
Awesome. Look, you spoke that you are 10. Is it sealed that it's just the 10? Why can't they be like 72, like Jesus and like so? So is it possible for me, who's like, hey, I have this gift and this calling? Is it possible for me to join the Jesus community, or it's just for a specific?
That's a good one.
Or the canon is closed.
Okay, I'm preview to a couple of inboxes we've been having on our Facebook page, and most of the messages that we've been receiving is, how can I join? Okay, the biggest question that we're getting in terms of feedback out there is, obviously is something attractive. Is something attractive for people to be this interested? Is something attractive? To answer your question, as a community, we feel we are still at a point where we're still trying to gain ground and see where God is taking us and exactly what He wants us to do. And we believe that the grand plan of God concerning the Jesus community is actually just getting started, and it's unfolding. So for now, we'll ask people to say, enjoy the music for now. Watch the space and enjoy the music. Be patient. Be patient. It's a community. Remember, it's a community. No community stays small. Yes, sir.
And just to also chip in. So the whole idea is really not to allow people to stay away from the community. As much as we're going to be having projects upcoming, it's open for people to just come if they want to feature on a video and just sing and worship. It's free. People can just come through, and then we can share the music together. But as for the 10 members, it's just enjoy the music.
Actually had an audience. I don't know if you noticed in the Ikeni video, we had an audience.
So that's what I'm saying. So you saying 10, I'm just like, but we had a lot of people in the video.
We had a lot of people and whatnot. So most of the people you see in that video, most of them are relatives. Some of them are relatives, friends, and people who probably just know us as individuals, and we probably share to say, I'm part of this community, and we're having something like this. Would you love to be part of the worship? Okay, I'd love to be part of the worship. And so there are people in that video whom he doesn't even know, no idea, but they were part of the worship.
But for your application, we can submit it to the director.
The director. I hope he approves. You can be an exception.
You want to give us a sample right now?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Right.
No, I won't.
Okay, that's good.
So in terms of the Jesus community, so will it just be blessing us in terms of music only, or there are different avenues of outreach which you guys will be doing?
Yeah. Okay. So as we earlier mentioned, we're just starting up, but we have programs that we've set, and probably one of our desire is to help the vulnerable, the children out there. We're planning to reach out to those that need to have a blanket, those that need to have food. And probably we have EPs that are coming as well. So we have quite programs that are set. We have outreach programs to go in the community just to share, pick a community like Kanyama, just to go and get to hear what they think about Jesus, and really just to make those tours and get to know more about those communities. So we do have programs that are coming up.
Okay. So you gave us Ikeni this year, and you see, in Z, what happens is that people tell us, no, we are releasing this one, then another one will be coming up. Another one 1 year later.
Wait forever.
Like, so you gave us this beautiful piece of music, Kenny. So should we be more expectant for more coming through this year?
Yes.
Okay. So are there like specific time frames when we'll be able to get other songs coming out?
What we can say for now is we have a song that features Trina that will be coming out soon.
Awesome.
Soon, yes.
Can't wait to
Soon. Obviously, timeline. Obviously, the producer, we might jump the gun because...
not like the Jesus Christ kind of soon, because 2,000 years ago, he said that it would be coming soon.
No, it's soon. It's soon. Very soon. Sooner than you think, actually.
Yeah. Okay. So, look, excited to see what God is doing in the group, but now I want to bring it in the sense of, amidst the many sounds, yes, you've pointed out that you are unique. You're bringing in a different feel, a unique sound and all. But I don't know if you are able to touch on an aspect of authenticity, because many times when groups, what others will do is liken you to other groups as well and say, oh no, they're doing it like those others and all. But I want you to touch on an aspect of authenticity, looking at the fact that you said that this was birthed at a time when there was massive isolation, but you still decided to come together.
All right. You know, as a community, I think being authentic is one of the things that describe us, because we have realized that the industry is clustered, obviously, with a lot of things. The industry is clustered with a lot of upcomings and whatnot. As a community, first and foremost, we cannot run away from the fact that we are inspired by so many people. Yeah. We're inspired by people that have gone ahead of us. And I think I should mention this. I think one of the groups that inspired us at the time we started was the Maverick City. The Maverick City. I feel, you know, our start and our beginning can be likened to the Maverick City, because if you follow their journey, you'll be able to find out that actually they just started in some living room and they were just worshiping and whatnot. In as much as that inspired us so much, but we're still able to find a unique sound, obviously, through our compositions. Yeah. We did not want to sound like we are from America. We did not want to sound like we're from Australia, but we very much want to sound Zambian because we are proud to be Zambian. Obviously, in the future, we might have some English songs and whatnot. But for us, we maintain that sound, and I think that's what makes us authentic and unique. That sound that God has given us, which is actually birthed from our core mission, which is all centered around healing. Okay, healing, I think, is our main, and as long as we stay on course where that is concerned, I believe we'll remain authentic and unique.
Okay, interesting. Another aspect is the fact that you're a group with diverse talents, people coming from different churches. The other aspect comes in to say then, in terms of accountability structures and all, like how then does that work? The reasons I'm asking all these questions is that as groups begin to grow, you might wander off the actual vision and mission of why the group was created. So in terms of the accountability structures, how does that then work?
Okay, you add. Okay, let me just say something, then you add. Yeah. All right. I think one of the things that we've been doing from inception is to taking interest in one another's lives, like each and every person. No one is an island in the Jesus community. I think each and everyone knows what's happening, especially where my ministry is concerned, where I come from, especially, okay? We are open about that. I'm UCZ, I sing in a praise team, probably.
But another aspect is the aspect of integrity, keeping each other accountable, because you're a group.
Yes.
So it means that if you fall, the whole group
exactly
is affected.
Yeah, and it's a dent on the whole group. Obviously, it's a community. Okay, That's a complex question. Okay, that's a complex question. And I feel we've been very deliberate in putting one another in check. I should mention this. We don't only gather and sing together. We usually have occasional Bible studies where we just help each other grow spiritually. And we believe that's the biggest defense that we have, in as much as we know that most of the members of the Jesus community affiliated at least to a church, they're submitted to some spiritual authority. I think for us, that's a solid foundation. Someone being submitted to a spiritual authority. And I believe that even as we are growing, we'll have an opportunity to meet some of these people that we are submitted to. It may be a reverend, it may be a pastor. Just have that blessing and covering from different mentors and fathers. Yeah.
So we've actually met the community to, let me call it a safe place. Yeah, people share their emotions and how they feel, if maybe there's something that really troubles them. Yeah, so it's out of such type of sharings that create deep connections, and we really don't go for gossiping here and there. If someone really confides in you, it becomes a point of prayer other than a point of look down. Yeah, so we've created that space for everybody, and we find ways of helping each other. It could be even financially. We create that place where today, if I notice my brother is having a difficulty situation, we'll be there with them. Yeah, so in terms of accountability, like my brother mentioned, we do have meetings, Bible study meetings, and probably the other things. I think we're planning for our internal outreach, just to get to share whatsoever story we're going to have in between, or rather between us, and probably get to know others out there. Yeah, so I guess that's how we keep each other in check.
Awesome. So you spoke that there will be new sounds coming up with Trina soon, not like Jesus Christ. Yeah, so how can people get to know the Jesus community? How can they get in touch? Where can they find your music, platforms, and yeah?
Okay, so basically they can contact us via, let's say, Facebook. We have a Facebook page, so they can find us there. YouTube, we are there. Spotify, we are there. So they can use any of those medias to contact us.
It's actually the Jesus community everywhere. Yes. The Jesus community everywhere. So all those social media platforms. Instagram, is it? You mentioned Instagram as well. Instagram, well. TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Which other one? If it comes on board, we'll be there. You'll find us there.
Awesome. This has been a great conversation. I don't know. Director Lazarus, can they do an a cappella? Are we ready to do so?
Wow.
Well, I need you because you are the person in charge, so you have to come and listen in.
I actually thought
sound.
about this. I
Wow.
was like, what was I
Wait, you need an a cappella of like our song, or
Yeah, your song. Whose song do you want to sing?
Wow. We thought you needed anything. Needed a cover or something.
It'll be added. You sing it. Don't worry. So yeah, he'll be able to do so.
This is really on the spot. I'm not really.
So don't worry. We'll be able to record that even as I close. So, it's been a great conversation. I've enjoyed, and trust me, my perception of the song has changed.
Okay. Thank you.
I love it. I enjoy it. And hopefully the whole nation, it will go to the world. I saw you put up translation. So it means that the whole world can listen to it and just be able to understand them. So thank you for coming through to the Umubanga podcast. And hopefully we'll be back here when
we'll be back.
The song is out.
We'll be back.
Not next year, this year.
This year. Yeah. Thank you so much for having us. We had a great time.
Awesome. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, from me, Umubanga, or Dennis Umubanga Kaumbe, and the Jesus community, we say bye-bye.
Mumatololo, mula sangwa, amavimbi nayo mulatalalika ikeni ikeni yawe mwebasuka mapepo ni mwe ikeni yawe ikeni mumwe wandilesa vayawe ikeni mumwe wandilesa Ikeni vayawe ikeni vayawe. Oh wow, I was still going.